does not have a very open, license right now. It's not that easy to use yet, but basically since we started testing, we already knew that we have to implement it for the AI legal assistant, as the difference between GPT-4 and GPT-3 is tremendous. It's actually amazing. So if anyone has the opportunity and the capability to just get the access to GPT-4 and just test, then please do, because it will change the way you look at the internet.
I see. And will AI legal assistant be available globally, or will it be rolled out? Because each legal system around the world and framework is different. So would you be testing it, say, in North America first, and then rolling out to Europe, South America, Africa in the future?
So the way we're approaching it, we're going to be starting with the EU. Obviously, we have to follow the bigger legal systems, or the bigger regions where the law is more or less unified. We know obviously that it's hard to say that EU law or the law in EU countries is unified. It is unified to some extent, which allows us to roll it out in the EU first for some specific use cases, right? So we're also focusing on those use cases which basically allow us to get the scale rather than sync in one specific jurisdiction. So that's going to be gradual, and as I said, we're going to start with the EU with some particular use cases, and we're going to obviously try to tackle US as the next big market with a fairly unified legal framework or frameworks. And then, of course, the rest of it is just the story of the future, because EU and US themselves are, already a huge chunk of work.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. Europe is 550 million people, 26 countries, and they've got very similar legal frameworks in place because they're all part of sort of the European Union. So yeah, that's covering 550 million people, and then the expansion into America is another 350 plus million people. So that'd be great for the AI legal assistant. And what sort of use cases has it got? Version 1, version 2, or what's the sort of future sort of plans with the AI legal assistant, and what it can actually do and offer businesses and consumers?
Sure. So as I said, for the first version, we're basically starting with service agreements. So we want to cover transactions, deals between people or businesses that assume or that have in scope just services, the provision of services. Furthermore, we're gonna want to tackle the generation of employment contracts as well. So this is something that would affect obviously businesses in the first place. We see that there's a big need for automated legal services, or at least automated legal support for businesses, especially smaller businesses which cannot afford their own legal departments or legal professionals. It's also expensive and fairly hardly accessible to work on a daily basis with law firms. So that kind of legal automation of tasks and services would be beneficial for businesses as well. So this is another route that we want to take. Very important use case for us is the analysis of contracts, which would be offered to consumers and firms as well. So basically, all of us have to sign legally binding documents on a daily basis sometimes. The issue with that is that not every one of us has legal knowledge or expertise or experience. There are some things which we might not be aware of, or which might be harmful for us that we just cannot foresee. And the idea would be to basically allow a solution where an uploaded contract can be verified and red flagged wherever needed for any clauses, for any particular paragraphs or clauses that might be harmful for the person signing the agreement, for our user, right? Just to understand some potential risks coming as part of the contracts. And yeah, and as I said earlier, there are multiple other use cases, including public administration services, which we already started the discussions with some of our contacts as well, where, not sure how it is with your countries, but in my country, the public administration process for different services, for that different citizen services, is just a nightmare with the amount of documentation and, knowledge that you have to acquire in order to be able to go through a certain public services process. And this is something that can be also automated and that can be of support to the user if we use an AI legal assistant for a particular use case, just by the mere fact that it can absorb those business processes, those public administration processes very quickly, and the user will not have to do anything, just simply be guided through the process by the AI legal assistant.
I see, Paul. And it's the AI legal assistant is going to offer, excuse me, cost time benefits for consumers and businesses compared to other avenues they could use for legal assistance.
So obviously, that's the whole idea of the AI, right? So basically, saving time and lowering costs is what this solution is all about. Every AI assistant that we develop within those 3 lines, those 3 business lines, have this sort of the same or similar, or at least at the core, they have a similar set of benefits, especially these 2 ones. So saving time and introducing costs. It has obviously the cost of preparing the agreement through the automated process by the AI legal assistant is far quicker and cheaper than what a lawyer would do. The additional benefit is the fact that AI works on a big sets of data. So as VAIOT is cooperating with law firms from Europe, we basically have the advantage of combining the data sets, the agreement databases within one AI solution. So we don't only utilize the knowledge of a single lawyer building up a contract for you, for example, or reviewing your contract. We actually have algorithms trained on the work of multiple legal professionals, which we hope to still build up and enhance. We're basically benefiting from the fact that we're using those big sets of data and the expertise of many legal professionals.